Today we're playing with Lady Octopus, inspired inventor. That's right, it's Liv, the alternate reality Lady Dr. Ock. Except on Arena, she's not that. Because we're playing on Arena and they couldn't get the license, we're actually Murata, Neuron Hacker. And whilst I think a lot of the Through the Omen Path stuff looks pretty good and is pretty inventive and interesting, I'm not gonna lie, this one, the art, the setup, I don't know. It's a little bit uninspiring. I guess this is an interesting thing that she's hacking her own neurons to advance her technological abilities to create larger and larger artifacts or something. That's kind of neat, I guess. Either way, she's very powerful. 1 blue mana for a 0/2 human scientist villain. Whenever you draw your first or second card each turn, put an ingenuity counter on Murata, and you may tap her to cast an artifact spell from your hand with value less than or equal to the number of ingenuity counters on Murata without paying its mana cost. So it's like Vile. And I'm going to explain this in the video too. I think I already did this bit in one of the gameplay bits, but it was recorded yesterday, I can't remember, so I'll do it now again. It's like Vile, in the sense that as Aether Vial ticks up, famously a card that I played a lot on the channel in the past, you get to play creatures at instant speed off of the Vial, so you fix timing restrictions, or break them, should I say, to get instant speed flash creatures. Aether Vial famously makes them Flicker Wisp very, very good. Murata does that. She does allow you to cast artifacts at instant speed in your opponent's turn, but that's the point, she's casting them. Vile gets around counterspell stuff, so once you activate a Vial and resolve it, the card is in play, and it has ETB effects. With Murata, once you activate her and resolve it, the spell is on the stack and can still be countered, which is a downside compared to Vile. But then there is an upside as well. When you activate her, you can cast a spell that is equal to or less than the counters on her, and thus you can cast pretty much anything once you've got a few counters onto her. The draw a card or your second card each turn is not locked to your turn either, so not only is it easy to just draw cards and tick her up, you also get to draw cards to your opponent's turn to tick her up even faster. A very, very push design, very, very efficient design, and quite a fun commander. And then the deck is a collection of kind of blue good stuff, lots of artifacts, lots of ways to draw cards, and a handful of ways to untap her. Tezzeret, for example, can untap her, so we get 2 triggers. There's this 1 mana blue spell, Magic Damper, that I'm playing for Final Fantasy, which is untap her, put a count up, give her +1/+1 on the hexproof until end of turn, and thus she gets bigger for a block perhaps, or to avoid a 2 damage burn off of a sort of Fire and Ice or similar, but mainly she untaps so I can activate her again and cast another spell. The other thing that she really combos well with is anything that draws cards to your opponent's turn, so that can include like Circuit Mender and the 2 mana Fairy Mastermind, but also Paradox Engine. That's right, we did it, we broke Paradox Engine. If you cast a spell off of Murata, because you're casting it, it untaps her and allows you to tap her and cast again. In theory, with a Paradox Engine in play and 5 artifacts in hand and Murata ticked up sufficiently, you can cast everything in your hand. Very, very strong, but then again, Paradox Engine doesn't need help to be strong. Deck is fun, deck is interesting to pilot. I don't think it's broken or as powerful as some of the things you can do in the format, but it's definitely on the upper tiers. If you enjoy this video and you want to see more from me, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you want to buy single cards or sealed product, you can do so in North America from CoolStuffInc.com. Use the code Kenobi at checkout to get 5% off your order. If you're buying Spider-Man stuff, you won't get Murata, you get Lady Octopus, of course. And if you're buying in Europe, it's magicmadhouse.co.uk. Use the code PK-Webfluid. That's right, PK-Webfluid to get 5% off all non-sale and non-pre-order items. With that out of the way, let's play some Magic. We're up against T-Full Martial Artist, the one for the commander deck that does a lot of things. Creatures of 7 power or more will cause them to untap all creatures they control when they attack. If it's the first combat phase that turn, they get an additional one. Meanwhile, we're on a 1 blue mana Aether Vial adjacent style creature. Murata, Neuron Hacker, also known as Lady Octopus, something. 1 mana 0/2, whenever I draw my first or second card each turn, including my opponent, I put an ingenuity counter on Murata. I can tap Lady Octopus / Murata, and I cast an artifact spell from my hand with mana value less than or equal to the number of counters on it. We ain't got much here. We got a hexproof to protect her. Nothing to put into play. We're going to end our turn. I think I might be a little bit low on artifact count, because I've had a couple of games now where I've just had like 1 artifact in hand. But a free artifact is a free artifact nonetheless, and we've got Urza, Lord High Artificer in our hand, which is pretty good. Whenever you cast the first human creature spell each turn, that creature enters the +1/+1 counter on it for each dog or wolf you control. Okay, so we put a counter on her now. She's up to 2. We're going to go Buried Ruin, cast Sigh, be open to a removal spell, sadly, no attacks, pass the turn. I want to have, like, because she breaks timing restrictions, you can cast things on their turn with her counters. You want things that can, like, untap her or protect her on their turn, which is pretty unique. The Sephiroth sleeves do this cool summon a meteor thing when you go over them. See, I know something about Lord of the Rings. What the fuck's Sephiroth from? Oh, that's it, Star Trek. So, for example, Marata not just putting the card into play like Aether Vial does, gets cast triggers, and Sai literally says whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless stop to artifact creature token with flying. So Sai benefits from Marata being worded the way she is. We're going to untap. We drew a 3-drop artifact, which is big, because we can now free spell the Simulacrum and then play the Thopter Fabricator, which is pretty damn sweet, considering the circumstances. Here is a Synthesizer. That'll make us a Thopter. And it'll scry us too as well. I will keep Surgical Metamorph on top. I want to copy their stuff. That sounds good. Put the island on the bottom. Won't be cracking this Delta this turn unless we have to protect her. We can cast the Thopter Fabricator in their turn to like surprise them. So no attacks. Pass to them. Mossborn Hydra is currently a 4/4, and every time they play a land, it doubles its counters. So if they play a land here, it becomes an 8. If they play a fetch land, it becomes a 16. That is a problem. We can also just counter their commander here if they go for commander. Okay, there's a fetch land. Well, Mossborn Hydra is a problem. Maybe we'll get enough Simulacrum Synthesizer tokens eventually to not have to worry too much. But, I mean, it is outracing us. They have to make land drops to grow theirs, and we have to play 3 mana rocks. We've got 3 mana artifacts, not mana rocks. Oh, God, it's so big. Look at the size of it. Blind Obedience. Artifacts and creatures your opponents control enter tapped. I'm going to activate this now. We ain't letting that happen here. Doesn't mean I don't really have any blockers next turn, which is a pretty rough situation. Make a Thopter, make a Fabricator, trigger the Simulacrum Synthesizer, make a body. The body's a 5/5 right now. If we copy Simulacrum Synthesizer next turn, we'll get another 5/5. That'll make a 5/5 a 6/6. 16 is so much. So much. I think we have to take it here. It's got trample, so none of our blocks are particularly good. And all our artifacts coming to play are going to be tapped next turn. I don't think we have an answer to this. So we drew that. Okay. So we're going to crack our Delta, go and find ourselves an island. We're going to have enough power and toughness to block it, if they don't play a fetch land, that is. So if they play a fetch land, we're just dead anyway. Blind Obedience is going to make all our stuff tapped anyway. So that's kind of unfortunate. Cast an Urza. That'll make us a body, but the body is tapped. And then we can just, like, activate this, make a Surgical Metamorph. We can copy any permanent that's in play. Problem is, that doesn't stop us dying to the Hydra. I think I copy the Synthesizer here. This gives us a Scry 2 and makes another body. Seasons Weaving on top. Guild Alerts to the bottom. We have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana to spin Urza if we will want to post block. Got some Magic Damper, and we can wash away here thanks to Urza tapping our artifacts to make blue. 9, 10, 11. We have 11 blocks there. So we aren't dead to the Mossborn Hydra here at the moment. They play 1 land, it goes to 32, and we can't do shit. If we swing, it's like 11 damage. So that's not good. They untap. Blind Obedience actually wrecked us so bad there. They make a land drop. Here we go. All right, our only answer now, only option is to spin the Urza. All right, so they're going to play this Kutzil, sure. They go to combat. They swing. And we activate Urza. We're going to make a blue from this one. A blue from this one, a blue from this one, a blue from this one, and a blue from this one. That's right, I am narrating every step of this process right now. Shuffle our library, top card, what's going to be? Psychic or a bounce spell of some description would be good. That is not a bounce spell. GG. Mossborn Hydra continues to be an absolute menace. Oh, that was a cool GG there with the Final Fantasy stuff. And really, Blind Obedience was the absolute star there. I mean, that we could make so many blockers. Not quite actually keeping up with it, being a 32-32. We had to work very hard to get even close to that. But Blind Obedience just said, no, fuck you, you're dead. Cool card. I love Blind Obedience. The Bargler. That's they've got the thing from the big black frog. What's it called? Yargle has come to Bargle. They got that thing. I've just got fucking the Ambitious, because that's me. They're on Gobin Gene Splicer Savant, which is the Green Goblin. We're going to mulligan. We're going to keep this. We're going to bottom. We'll get 1 free mulligan in this format. Bloody hell, that is quite strong, isn't it? Here's a Marata. If they kill it, we've still got things we can do. If they don't kill it, we're loving life. They did not kill it. They instead played Gobin Gene Savant. I should read this. So whenever it deals combat damage to a player, connive, transform him, can't be blocked. Flying, Menace, Fleam, spells you cast from your graveyard cost 2 less to cast. And each non-land card in your graveyard has Mayhem. The Mayhem cost is equal to its mana cost. But most importantly, everyone just loves Fleam's face. Look at his stupid face. Look at Flame. You can make a 1-drop here by just activating the Marata. So we're going to go ahead and make a free Chromatic Sphere. We'll play an Island. We'll play a Mox Opal. We'll play a Moon Snare Prototype. And then with that, we will tap this Chromatic Sphere for blue. Cryogen Relic, draw a card. Put a counter on Marata there. Oh, hey, we're off to the races with that. Pass back to them. Okay, that was a pretty good turn. We got to play a load of piddly, shitty artifacts. Now, if they have some sort of mass artifact wrath effect like Brother's End, we'd be pretty fucked. But they probably don't. Laughing Mad, putting a shoulder in the bin. They're probably going to reanimate that later. They're obviously looking to, like, mayhem stuff when Flame is in play to make them cost less, right? That's probably the main idea. We've got Endstone here. Okay, I'm going to hit them with a... Oh, I can't hit them with Fire and Ice, or can I? Inventor's Fair. Cast it. Make a blue. Equip sort of Fire and Ice here, giving it pro red, pro blue, which is pretty good for the matchup. Hit them for 2. Draw a card and shoot the green goblin. Goblin Gene Splicer to death. We got him. And then she gets a counter thanks to the drawing from Fire and Ice, and we pass back to our opponent. They can now replay their commander for 4 mana. It will just die to Fire and Ice again, so they probably shouldn't do that. They're going to reanimate Shouldered. Fair enough. That is a problem, because we've got an Endstone in hand, which will absolutely kill us with Shouldered's in play. We kind of need to kill the Shouldered somehow. We'll draw a card. Take some damage. We draw a lot of cards as well, so the Shouldered is a problem. I guess we're going to go... Play a Thought Monitor to draw a lot of cards. We've got to dig into our deck, and dig into our deck's going to get us killed if we're not careful. Draw 2, put some counters on Marata, draw a Radiant Lotus, get shot for 4, play an Island, activate Marata, put the Nexus of Becoming into play, go to combat, draw a card, go to 17 because of the fucking Shouldered. And then we'll put Flesh Raker into play as a Golem. So now when we cast artifacts, we make Eldrazi and ping them, which is pretty sweet. Now we've got access to Wash Away. Sorry, not Flash Away. Flash Away. It's where you show your deck to people who can't see. They're going to cut down my Thought Monitor. Absolutely fine. Means they get to hit us with the Shoulder, I guess. And then we're going to be able to wash away their commander if they cast it. And we can Otawara the Shoulder next turn for a big Endstone turn, which is pretty sweet. We could do with the Sign Master Octopus to really machine gun them down with the Flesh Raker. They're going to cost Laughing Mad. It's going to draw them a load of cards. Gain them some life. We probably should have Otawara there, to be honest. We'll do it on their end step in case they have like a land into Dark Ritual or some nonsense. Land into Dark Ritual is only 3 mana. I should have Otawara there in response to their less life. On their end step, we're going to bounce that lady back to your hand. Get out of here. Okay. We're going to untap. Gain life from Inventor's Fair. Draw a Brainstorm, which is pretty sweet to have here as opposed to when the fucking Shoulder's in play. Activate Marata. Put the Endstone into play for the big turn. Flesh Raker makes an Eldrazi, pings them for 1. We're going to cast Brainstorm. Draw 1. Put a counter on Marata. Draw 3. Put back Island and Simulacrum. Yes. Delta can change the top of our library, which is pretty sweet. So we're going to play the Delta. There's a cast trigger that I want to shuffle in response to, but I guess Arena didn't want me to do that. And they've seen enough. They haven't even seen how we're going to kill them. I'm not even sure how we're going to kill them, but we're definitely going to kill them. It's going to be sick. Yeah, they thought they see the circus of value is too high here. And their commander now costs a whole extra 2 mana. I think they should have played that out. I could have played a lot of cards, pass back, they play a Shoulder, and then Shoulder keeps the Endstone in check, right? I would have played that out if I were them. We're up against another blue-red historic / artifact lover in Jehoira Weatherlight Captain. Each card is a cantrip. They're called Emrakul, our opponents. They're probably playing the new Emrakul and the old Emrakul, perhaps. We'll keep this. We've got a 2 mana rock off Marata. We've got a Fairy Mastermind, which combos Marata, by the way. If you activate for 4 mana in their turn, they draw a card, you draw a card, triggering Marata, and then you draw a second card of them, drawing a card, triggering Marata, and you get 2 tick-ups from Marata off of a Fairy Mastermind activation. It's pretty sweet. They play Wayfarer's Bauble. We untap and draw a Strip Mine. Are we doing it? Are we doing that? No. We're going to play Arcane Signet. No attacks. Pass to our opponent. I assume regret it if they go like Red Source. I guess Strip Mining them there made the Wayfarer's Bauble worse for several turns. But I guess they're spending their time Wayfarer's Baubling now instead. I'm going to do the Aether check where I activate this. See if they have any responses. Do they have a response? Activate Wayfarer's Bauble? No, they didn't. We untap. We tick up a Marata. They're going to crack Wayfarer's Bauble, untap, and cast Jehoira, which we are going to stop by strip mining them. We can also keep Wash Away up for that. We can make a Palantir if we draw one more card here, which we can't do. We can also just play a 3-drop. We can also keep up Mastermind and Wash Away. All of these things are pretty good. They're going to activate Wayfarer's Bauble. I want to see what land they get. So it might just be worth strip mining them, washing away plus Mastermind being very strong. The chances of them actually playing, like Chrome Mox could still play it if we get rid of one of their lands. No attacks. We strip mine them off red. Good chance they fetch the blue there because they've got another red in hand. Pass to them. They have another red, but it's not a weatherlight turn. That is a Midnight Clock. Here's a Fairy Mastermind. Midnight Clock resolves. Sorry, Clock resolves. Sorry, I just have cock on the brain. I'm going to crack Flooded Strand and get an island. I don't even know why he said that. Everyone's got cock on the brain, really. Cock's quite an important part of the human condition, right? Everyone thinks about cock. We draw an island. We tick up Marata. We play an island. We play Palantir. We're going to flash in the Esoteric Duplicator and keep up Wash Away. In for 2. Bang. We trigger a Palantir. We get to scry 2. Put these to the bottom, and then they can choose whether or not to flip the cards over and take damage and put them in our bin, or let us draw a card. They flipped to Mystic Forge to the bin, took 4 damage. Oof. Basically, Palantir, they always flip for the first couple of times, and then when they're low, they just have to let you start drawing cards, essentially. That's basically how that works. They finally cast Jehoira. We're going to wash away Jehoira, and then we're going to activate Marata. This is why you play Spell Pierce, by the way, in the blue decks. I'm actually not playing it, but you should. Oh, on a low 3-mana commando, you can actually just say, fuck it, who cares? They're not going to wash away you on the first turn. Or they could wash away you on the first turn, to be fair. Here's an Esoteric Duplicator. Their clock ticks up, Marata ticks up. We drew a Drix Interlacer. We're going to play it. Attack for 2. You know what? I'm just going to fire off this ring now to try and draw a land drop, because we're missing a land drop here. So we play the ring. Triggers and ticks up our Drix Interlacer. We're going to draw a singular card, grow her, hit our land drop. The Drix Interlacer has like intensity, and when we sack it, we all get to pay 2 mana. Oh, what do we want here? Thassa doesn't do anything, right? Doesn't flicker artifacts. Nope. So far enough. I don't think Thassa should be in here. Because it doesn't work well with our commander anyway. So if we sack this Drix Interlacer and then pay 2 off of the duplicate to make a copy of it at the end of turn, I assume it will keep the intensity. We might have like a really good draw engine there. They milled us, took loads of damage, went to 7. They play their own Palantir. I'm fine with them drawing cards because it will let us draw cards. It's actually really, that's absolutely fine for us. So they're going to put a counter on it. Palantir couldn't even target us because we had protection that turn. So they didn't even get a Palantir because of the 1 ring. Go to 23, draw a Maze Mind Tome, activate the 1 ring, draw 2 more cards. Heard this magic card's quite good. We're on 7 now for the Marata. Play a Misty. I might just pass the turn and fake some interaction. Hit them for 2. We're going to put Mox Opal on the bottom, keep Spirit of Simulacrum on the top. If they flip that and one other card over, they die. They have to let us draw here. They did. So we've got a Spirited Simulacrum, which is the Warp Arena-only version of Solemn Simulacrum. A design that I quite like. Seek could work in paper somehow, I'm sure it could. Here comes Jehoira, Weatherlight Captain. She resolves. We're going to take 2 here. Oh, they make a map, don't they? Of course they do. Now, we'll activate Marata. We'll put a Simulacrum into play. This will grow it Interlacer. We'll seek a land into play, which just puts it straight into play. There we go. Then we'll go to blocks, block here, kill this, seek a card into our hand. What do we get? Season's Weaving. Go to their end step. They will trigger Palantir. I'm going to let them draw a card. That'll trigger Fairy Mastermind. We will draw a card. That'll trigger Marata. She'll tick up. Go to our turn. We can only copy artifacts we control with Season's Weaving, sadly, because I want to copy their Midnight Clock. I love a good clock. Don't you? How are we killing our opponents here? I guess we're going to activate the 1 ring, burying them in card advantage. We can have our own Midnight Clock. We can have our own Jehoira. That's pretty good. Making every artifact that we cast cantrip. So we will play an island. Go to combat attack for 2. You know what? I'll play an Urza. I will make a blue off of our Esoteric Duplicate, make a blue off of our Palantir, make a blue off of our Depot. We'll cast Metamorph, make a Jehoira, intensity goes up. We're going to make a blue by tapping our Interlacer and play a Relic Opportunist, which will draw us a card off the Jehoira. We drew a Scalding Tarn. Go to combat, attack with Fairy Mastermind. And I guess I'm going to also tap for blue here, tap for blue here. Make a Maze Mind Tome, because it will draw us a card upon being cast. Command Sphere. Wow, we're egg. Look at me. I am the egg deck now. As I just like Urza plus Jehoira my way through a load of stuff. And we've got Magic Damper here. So we can tap Marauder, play a Triplicate Titan, draw a card off Jehoira, tap this for blue, Magic Damper to untap her, and then cast again. It's pretty bonkers. Okay. Whole priority. Resolved. This is hot. Okay, are you ready for this? They can't put that in the bin. They have to let us draw it. Okay, still our turn. We're going to activate Marauder, resolve it, put a Paradox Engine we just drew off of it into play while drawing a card off Jehoira. Cryogen Relic is in our hand. We're then going to pass turn, let them draw, and now if we cast Magic Damper, it untaps all of our stuff. What's their game plan here? You got a Psych Rift for me? Psych Rift is pretty much their only way to get anywhere with this. They got a Surgical Metamorph. Okay. Wonder what they copy here. The One Ring? They don't get the trigger, I don't think. Alright, takes up. We draw a card of Kappa Cannoneer. They could copy Urza. That's kind of strong. There's no way we stop. Well, actually, we could draw into a mana drain. I should have been doing some stuff with this on the stack. Letting them have an Urza is a bad idea, right? You just saw how good it was for us. They cast an Arcane Signet. All right. Let's do some stuff. Let's make a blue with Chromatic Sphere. And cast Magic Damper. Targeting Marauder. Submit. This will untap all of our stuff. Then I'm going to activate Marauder. And then tap for a blue here, and then cast a Kappa Cannoneer to untap Marauder, draw a card off of Jehoira, then we'll cast Triplicate Titan to untap Marauder, draw a card off Jehoira, and then we'll resolve that. And we've got Cryogen Relic coming up as well, and then we've got the final untaps. We have like 4 untaps, 4 card draws, and our opponent's seen enough. Turns out that Urza is very good, Marauder is very good, but when you add a Jehoira, which you can't normally play in the deck, it's absolutely fucking ludicrous. And then when you add Paradox Engine, the rules of Magic no longer apply. We were on fire, and our opponent had seen enough. We're up into the new Oko that I don't even remember what it does. But either way, who cares? We got Stifle, we got some artifacts, we're going to keep this. Golden Call is a bit of a combo card with Marauder, and by that I mean synergy. We're just going to slam Gem Marauder into play and assume they won't be able to kill it for 2 mana, green and blue. Oko, at the beginning of your combat on your turn, Oko becomes a copy of up to 1 target you control. Draw some cards, discard some cards, make an elk, sure. Emerald Collector has entered the chat. We've drawn a Mox Opal, play a Vantress, we'll activate Matrata, put the currency converter on the stack, it resolves, play a Mox Opal, play a Collector Vault, and then pass the turn. We're like a little affinity deck doing affinity things over here. 3 mana from them, Spelunking, yeah, green, blue, generic value. Let this resolve, we don't need to stifle that. They get in for 1 with Emerald Collector. I don't remind myself how this works. Once you do combat damage to a player, draw a card. When you draw your 3rd card in a turn, conjure a card named to Mox Emerald into your hand. Cool. And then come a 4/4. So I'll draw my card. Seems pretty decent. I could stifle that, but I'm not going to. Oh. 3rd card, get a Mox Emerald. Only happens once. Should I stifle this? Is that a waste of a stifle? It's a waste of a stifle. They can have a Mox Emerald. How much damage can a Mox Emerald do, right? How good can a Mox Emerald really be, Michael? So our Sanctuary's coming to play tapped. So we actually are not on 4 mana next turn. We're on 3. We're activating either Currency Converter or Collector's Vault. We'll draw a card, draw and discard, loot, rummage in the case of... No, they're both draw and discard. They're both looting, which will grow Matrata's like counters, allowing us to play the Scalding Trawler or the Esoteric Duplicator. Witness Protection. Oh, we can't stifle that. That's actually incredibly annoying. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and play a Scrolling Trawler. Play a Sanctuary tapped. Go to combat and hit them for 1. Fucking Witness Protection, ruining all our fun. They take a damage from the Scalding Crawler. Now look, the format is dual commander. You should be able to play through having your commander turn into a thing. But I'm still fucking annoyed about it. They're going to make an elk token, sure. It becomes a copy of the elk, I'm assuming. They don't bother. They can't swing in because of Scalding Crawler. We untap. Each player draws a card. It pings them. We hit a land drop. That is an end stone. I need to sacrifice or kill this somehow. It's going to attack Oko. They do not block. Sure, sounds good. And then I'm going to play Kappa Cannoneer, holding up a Stifle. Comes a 5/5. It's unblockable next turn. Our commander's also unblockable because they never want to kill it. They take a damage from drawing a card. They cast Geralf the Fleshright. Whenever you cast a spell during the turn other than the first spell that turn, create a 2/2 black zombie rogue token. Whenever a zombie you control enters, put a +1/+1 count on each zombie you control. It's pretty good. Thieving Avon, when it does come out damage to a player, heist a card from their library. Sure. Or 2, discard 1. They're going to lose 2 life from the crawler. What are they going to copy? Thieving Avon. I don't think I let them heist here. I think I'm going to fire off the Stifle to stop them heisting. That might have been bad. But the Stifle's kind of not doing a whole lot right now. As long as you play an artifact, we can hit and kill Oko. Then you can just replay Oko, I guess. We drew Ugin, which is pretty neat. Here's a Drix Interlacer. Grow the Kappa Cannoneer. Here's an Esoteric Duplicator. Grow the Cannoneer. And grow the intensity on the Drix Interlacer. We had 2 lands off casting either Ugin or Endstone, both of which are pretty good, I've heard. I'm going to slam them in the face. I don't give a shit. I'm just going to beat them down. Yep, end the turn. Draw X card to X is half this artifact's intensity rounded down. So at the moment it's just simply 0. They go to 9, which means Kappa Cannoneer could kill them next turn if we were to play 2 artifacts. I guess activating Collective Vault will make a treasure which will trigger Kappa Cannoneer anyway, and then just playing any other artifact will get us there. Oh, they're drawing cards off Oko, which is going to ping them down as well. So Kappa Cannoneer might just end them. Kappa Cannoneer is a good magic card. Who would have thought, hey? They're on 7, so Kappa Cannoneer is currently lethal. We're going to go to combat, copy Thieving Avon, get in the air for 2. This is going to heist 2 cards from our deck. They have all their mana available, so they can play anything they get. On the upside, we know they're not going to get Ugin or the Endstone. Now, in my experience, when you heist opponents' decks, or they heist my deck, but actually, they end up always getting my fucking removal. You get to look at 3 cards anyway, so you get a choice in the matter. But it ends up like if I'm playing like a handful of removal spells, like in my Brawl deck, I don't know, 7 or 8. A couple of heists later, and they've played all my fucking removal spells. It's incredibly tilting. They can't attack on the ground because I would just block with my commander, and that'll put us back on doing commandery things. Now, the hovering Kappa Cannoneer to check the ward cost, which is 4. I too am playing Witness Protection, so it could be a Witness Protection, pay the ward, turn the Kappa Cannoneer into a simple 4/4. We're going to my turn. We each draw a card, pings our opponent for 1. We drew Vista, which is unexciting. We drew Moonsnare Prototype, which is kind of exciting. Play a Prismatic Vista. Activate Collective Vault to draw and discard a card. Discover the formula. Okay. Yeah, I'm up for you tapping out for some mana. Tapping out most of your mana here. Got 2 mana left, and one of the cards they get off Seek the Formula will cost 1 less. We're going to discard. We don't have to discard anything. I was just thinking about what to discard, and they scooped it up. Okay. Witness Protection did turn our Octopus Lady into like a useless fucking 1/1. But then we just smashed him to death with Kappa Cannoneer, and we're setting up to play Ugin. That's a valid game plan, I guess. Okay, we're into Gishath, Sun's Avatar, the classic. The all-time dino bastard. We keep this. We've got Mox Opal and Mishra's Bauble, which is pretty sweet. Marata. Collective Vault on turn 2 to turn on the Opal. Play Marata here. We can also play the Bauble, crack it, and go up to 3 counters on our second turn. Which is unironically very good. So we're going to play this. We're going to look at their top card. It's going to be a Rhythm of the Wild. Wild, wild, come on. And then we're going to go to their turn. Put a counter on her. Oh no, I'll be on 2 in the first turn, which is Collective Vault as well. Not 3. What the fuck am I talking about? So I guess it's a play a 3-drop. It doesn't let us play a 3-drop. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. We drew Wash Away, which is pretty good into the big mana commanders because we get to counter them. We play Flooded Strand. We activate Flooded Strand. Go and get ourselves an island. It's in there for like shuffling the top library of our deck when we got Mystic Confluence Mystic Forge in play, not Confluence, sorry. Make a Collective Vault. Activate the Collective Vault, draw and discard a card, make a treasure token. Draw, strip one. I'm going to discard Thassa. I don't think Thassa should be in our deck. It's actually just really bad, if I'm completely honest. And then we end up on 2 mana here, thanks to Mox Opal. Basically giving us access to Wash Away, essentially. 2 mana from our opponents. They play a 2 mana dog of some description. No, they're going to ramp off Glimpse of the Core for 1. Okay. We're going to untap, draw a Scrawling Crawler. I'm going to strip mine them, which might make them just scoop up the game. But first, we're going to activate Marata, put the Synthesizer into play, and Scry 2. Put the Island of the Mindstone to the bottom. We don't really need any more mana. Not if Marata is surviving. We're going to play Scrawling Crawler. And then I'm going to play Strip Mine. And I'm going to Strip Mine their Command Tower to really fuck with the colours as well as their ramping. Pass to them, then take damage off the Scrawling Crawler. I guess hitting mana drops would allow us to activate Midnight Clock to put counters on it. That's kind of good, I guess. Shock themselves, play Rhythm of the Wild. We draw a card, draw an extra card, ping them, grow Marata. Get Otawara. We're going to go... Is this on ETB? Whenever it does combat damage to a player, over that many cards to your library, put a number of dinosaur creature cards from among them onto the battlefield for the rest of the order. So we can counter with Wash Away, we can bounce it with Otawara. We've got quite good control over the commander problem right now. Let's play Thought Monitor. Make a fucking construct, draw a load of cards. Magic Damper, Prismatic Vista as our land drop. We're going to flash in the Midnight Clock on their turn. Yeah, Marata's pretty good. Gishaf is, I guess, a bit more of a casual, especially new Gishaf over old Gishaf. And they ramped a little bit. They got Strip Mined once. Surely they should just be doing something. Why are they? I don't know. Deck's strong, but am I the bad guy? And then we're into Hearthhole for our last one. Hearthhole, the World Seed. I don't even know what our record is because I recorded this across 2 days, so I've forgotten what our early games were like. And I played some games in between when I was eating my lunch the other day as well. So, yeah, I had some really good games when I was not recording, I think. We can play our command on turn 1. We can do nothing on turn 2. It's a bit iffy, but I think that's fine. Their deck's a bit of a doodle-dot deck as well. I actually fucking love Hearthhole. What a magic card. This is interesting design. This is pod racing. We're going to keep it. Could do the free mulligan, perhaps. We'll just draw a 1-drop or a 2-drop artifact and we'll have it in life. Actually, a 2-drop artifact. Well, we can play it, can't we? If we've got a 2-drop artifact. They're cracking their bloodstained mire to go get something. Their sleeves. They're alive. They're alive. They're surveilling 1 in their turn. Power move. Not even pretending they have interaction. We drew a tapped land for turn 2. So that's actually kind of, in some ways, useful, because then at least then the turn we're taking off we can use to put the Earth Frosts into play. Do love me a what do we call it? A Tolarian Academy. They explored into a swamp there. We found Triplicate Titan. We'll play the tapped land. Almost fucked that up. Pass to them, no attacks, end turn. On their end step, we're going to activate Marata to just make them think we got stuff when we haven't. It's called kind of like vial checking, make them respect it. They activate a World Shaper. I'm going to activate this. Nothing happens. World Shaper resolves. My turn. I'm so funny, aren't I? We go up to 2. We play an island. We play a Circuit Mender. That gets her up to 3. I'm going to activate her now. Oh, up to 2. I'm a dum-dum. Dum-dum-dum-dum. I thought we went to 3. I don't know why. Oh, because Sky Scanner put it up to 3, which I'll just play. Circuit Mender, not the other way around. I played the wrong creature. That was fucking stupid. That's my bad. They mill 3. They get those lands back when World Shaper leaves or dies. So us bouncing her won't do anything. We're never killing her. Environmental Excavator, absolutely solid card there. Playing lands out the bin, casting Rampant Growth. Sure. We go up to 3. We drew Wash Away, which is sweet for next turn. Playing Arch of Innovation. I'm going to activate this now. Make a Sky Scanner. It will enter and draw a card, which is what I should have done last turn. Draws a Spirited Simulacrum. They're probably going to play Hearthhold this turn, but I could just slam the Simulacrum. We're going to station with Sky Scanner. Up to 3. Seeks the land tapped. No, Wash Away gets kind of a lot worse if we don't use it. No attacks. End turn. Circumender can block, get killed, and put a counter on Marata by drawing us a card. We've got Wash Away for the commander. Got Chimil coming up. Pretty good magic card, I've heard. They go to combat. Warchecker's going to put some cards in their bin, including probably some lands, I'd imagine. Gitrog, Iridescent Vine Lasher, and a Fabled Passage. We're going to go to blocks, block like this. Draw a card, tick up Marata. Find a Stifle, pretty sweet card to draw, going to the second main phase with this mana. Wayward Swordtooth, you can have that, my friend. Cast your commander, go on. Cast your commander. Fabled Passage is the first land drop, second land drop, second land drop for the turn. Go to my turn. Tick up Marata. Draw a Thassa, which is pretty neat here. Play the Flooded Strand. Activate the Flooded Strand to go get an island. Again, keep up Wash Away. Play Thassa. Do they have an interaction for this here? They're reading to see if it interacts with the commander, which it doesn't. It interacts with Skyscanner and the Simulacrum and such. Activate Marata. We'll put Chimmel into play. Discover 5 is exciting. But the truth is, it's not that exciting here because a lot of our smaller stuff is... almost clicked Simulacrum by accident then. Chimmel. We're then going to station this with Skyscanner. Go to end step, we're going to discover 5, and we're going to flicker our Skyscanner, which gives us both a blocker and a card draw. Some value there. We drew the One Ring. That card's apparently pretty good. And then we just cast a Brainstorm. It's not that exciting, but it is free. Well, we paid 6 mana for it, but we didn't pay 6 mana for it because we because we did it off of our commander instead. We'll put Reckoner and Lember's Bread back on top. Probably that way around, because then the Lember's Bread can draw the Reckoner. We're not like chimmilling into the Reckoner. They go to combat and they swing. This is 8, 9, 10 damage. I don't give a fuck. I'll take 10. I'll go to 14. Who cares? I'm playing the One Ring next turn. Escape in the bin, which is nice to see. I don't want to see them having it in hand. No blocks. Skyscanner is too valuable. 6 turns time will turn Octopus on and stronger the card every single turn loop as well. I wish the Deep Dwelling flickered artifacts as well, but because it's good that like Teleportation Circle has something over Thassa Deep Dwelling. They play a Twisted Landscape. They still haven't played their commander, which is pretty wild to me. I think I play my commander, hold up Stifle, hold up Wash Away. Actually, no, I play the One Ring this turn. So I play a land, play the One Ring, hold up Stifle and Wash Away, draw this Reckoner. Oh, I forgot it's the Alchemized version. We aren't holding up Stifle and Wash Away. We're only holding up Wash Away now. No attack. Second main phase, we're going to crew this, station it even. Then we're going to flicker this and discover 5 again. Draw a card. Esoteric Duplicator. Love that card. We're going to 3 steps ahead, which is a terrible thing to discover into because we don't have the mana to... So we have to put it in hand because Discover never punishes you. Discover literally never punishes you. I guess that's the problem with playing like Chimmel, for example, on a deck where you have access to counterspells. We'll discard Duplicator and we'll discard Reckoner. Yeah, neither of those are very good at this stage of the game, I don't think. So take no damage this turn. We could just die to a Great Hoof. The game could be over as we fucking durdle around harder than our opponent is. They cast their commander. I'm going to Wash Away it to force them to recast it again for the full cost. The full cost being it's currently 4, it'll be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 7 mana in play, plus a Phyrexian Arena. They can easily replay it. Arena also just sacks the World Shape and puts all these lands from the bin back into play, but it's only 1. They want to sack some lands in the bin before they use Phyrexian Tower to eat the World Shaper, basically. They play another land for the turn. A Mountain out of hand as opposed to the Bloodstained Maw in the graveyard that I would have played and sacked to thin out my deck and drag more things out of my deck unless they're out of fetchables, but I doubt it. We only see 1 Surveil land and no shock lands in there. It'd be crazy if they didn't have it. They play the Hearth Hole, the World Seed. They station it, sure. Get up to the second mode. They station it again. It's now an 8/8 hasting. Oh, it has haste. Okay, and when they sack lands, we lose life. Sacrifice a land. Each opponent loses 2 life. It goes through the ring. I don't think we're winning this one, kids. I do not think we're winning this one. That's 2, 4, 6 damage on board. 8 damage on board. Yikes. We draw an island. We play an island. We activate the ring. We can tap down their commander like in their turn with Thassa, but it doesn't do anything because they still just sack all their lands and kill us. Guess we've got Lember Spread, which is 4 mana. Play Gilded Lotus for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have 4 left over. That gives us access to Lember Spread. They've got the combat as well as that. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Alright. We'll play Gilded Lotus. We're hoping this Discover is good. We'll station with the Sky Scanner up here. Maybe that block to draw a card earlier was bad. We should just got this Earth Frost online. This probably would have been better. End of turn, we're going to flicker the Sky Scanner and Discover 5. I'm almost certain we're dead next turn. Almost certain. Chimmel's got to hit something good. Paradox Engine. That's really good. Okay. What does that even mean right now? 4 mana, create a token of Gilded Lotus. That's pretty good. So, blue. Wait. Am I meant to go improvise 2, 3, 4? It's much for muchness, really. Go 3 steps ahead, create a token as a copy of Gilded Lotus. Take full control off. Auto pay. Untap Gilded Lotus. Untap the 1 ring. They crack a fetch land. We're going to lose 2 life. We can stifle one of these activations. And then we make 3 blue. Why can I not cast Lember Spread? Why can I not cast Lember Spread? Oh, it doesn't have flash. I'm an idiot. I'm thinking of pot noodle, aren't I? I'm thinking of instant ramen. Shit. So they're going to sacrifice that. We're going to hold full control. These triggers are going to go on the stack. We're going to make blue. Draw a card. Draw 3 cards, should I say. Nothing with flash. Shit. We're going to stifle this ability, which will resolve untapping all of our stuff. They're going to shoot us again. That resolves. I guess we're going to Psych Rift them and stifle some more triggers, but we're going to die. We're just going to die. I can count on my own Stifle to untap my lands and my Gilded Lotus and my ring again to draw more cards to try and hit another Psych Rift. We're on 5. They've got 1 more land to sack here. They can sack 2 more lands thanks to Hearth Hull. Field of Ruin, the Archway, sure. Hitting Psych Rift would be huge. But then the ring probably kills us is the problem. Paradox Engine untap stuff. They're looking to see if they can sack any more lands. They can sack 1 more using Hearth Hull, but they haven't noticed yet. They have noticed. They have noticed. They're going to sack a land. They're going to shoot us Decklist to 1, and then we've got to do some really ludicrous shit to kill our ring. Okay. And we'll not die to combat as well. So that resolves. They draw 2 cards. They have an additional land drop now. Paradox Engine resolves. We're going to triple blue, activate the ring again. We are alive at the moment. We're going to activate this to tap down this. And then we're going to activate that to tap down this. So we got a lot of stuff in hand. None of it has flash. If they can play a fetch land right now, we die, right? They can play a fetch land. I've just done all of that, hoping to hit Psych Rift. Yeah, GG. All right, that's the end of it. We played Octopus Lady. She lost some removal, because that's kind of how Octopus Lady goes. That's not true. You could actually play a game where you're a bit more conservative with her. I just slam a jammer turn 1 every single game. You could play stuff where, for example, we got the 1 mana untapping of a Hexproof. That's a good thing to play. Mana Drain, Stifle, Spell Pierce, Swan Song. There are numerous other, like, very cheap interaction ways to keep her alive, especially normally when counting the first removal spell, you're normally like safe for a little while in Brawl because people don't play that much removal. Obviously there are some control matchups, but they're also the average person who's just, you know, slam and jam whatever the fuck they want. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I think the commander is cool. I think she's interesting, if just a bit too powerful, I guess. Well, I say that. I don't think she's like oppressively powerful. I don't think it's like the best thing to do in the format. I'm just saying she's pretty easy to have ludicrous games with. But maybe that's okay. Maybe that's the way to have fun, is to have ludicrous games with powerful cards. I've been Vince, also Pleasant, can I be on the internet? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Ta-ta for now.